So this is the definition of limit of the function two variable function. What is the notation for limit of the two variable function? Limit xy tends to ab fxy. This fxy is two variable function is equal to capital L if for every epsilon greater than 0 there is delta greater than 0 such that mod fxy minus L is less than epsilon whenever root x minus a bracket square plus y minus b bracket square is less than delta. And this definition is useful to prove the limit of the function two variable function exist. If we take three variable function f x y z, then this is what at this place write f x y z, and here write root x minus a bracket square y minus b bracket square plus z minus c bracket square is less than delta. So in order to show the limit exist, use this definition. Otherwise, use this note number 2. What is the note? If the limit fxy does not exist, when the limit fxy as xy tends to ab does not exist, if limit along different path is different. Okay, that is the this is the first example. This is the answer of the example given in two methods. The first method is what? Separately we will find the two paths. So suppose y is equal to x is the path, then the limit is 1/2, and if we take path y is equal to 2x, then limit is 2 by 5. And so limit along two different paths is different, and therefore limit does not exist. So this is one method. The another method to same problem is what? Take path y is equal to mx and then find the limit along path y is equal to mx. So this is the limit along path y is equal to mx, m by 1 plus m square, which depends on m. So what happens if this limit depends on m? If we change m, then we have the different answers. That is, if we take 1, then we have the answer 1 by 2. If we take m as 2, then we have the answer 2 by 5. If we take m as 3, then we have 3 by 10. That is, for different values of m, we have the different answer. If this answer does not depend on m, then what happens? Then if we change m, then the answers remain same. That is, the first method is find separately two paths such that the limit along that two paths are different. Or the second method is what? Take path depends on m, includes the notation m, and find the answer limit along that path such that the limit depend on m. If this limit does not depend on m, then this method fails. So that's why take care that this path is what? Along this path the limit depends on m, and that's why we say the limits depend on m means if we change m, the answers of this limit change, and therefore we say that the limit along different path is different. Write this sentence after this, like that limit along different path is different, and therefore limit xy tends to fxy does not exist. So this method, second method. In the next problems we will use the second method, mostly second methods. So this is the, what are the paths? These are the paths. That is, y is equal to mx, y is equal to root mx, x is equal to my. In this example, we also take path x is equal to my. We will solve this example also by third method, that take path y is equal to x is equal to my. That is, substitute here. This is equal to x, y tends to 0. Instead of write x tends to 0, write y tends to 0. Above x, in the place of x, write my, and then we have the answer again depend on m, and therefore limit along different paths is different. So these are some paths: y is equal to mx, y is equal to x is equal to my, y is equal to root mx, or y is equal to mx square, x is equal to my square. That depends on the example. So in this example, take path y is equal to root mx, or x is equal to my square, or y square equal to mx. Take any one out of this. That means substitute, if we take y is equal to root mx, then substitute root mx, y is equal to root mx, then this is the limit along path y is equal to root mx, that depends on m, and therefore limit along different path is different, and therefore limit does not exist. So this is the method to show the limit does not exist. So these are the problems of range, but we will see after completion of this topic. So continuity, definition of continuity. Last lecture we have seen that the definition of continuity, that the function fxy is called continuous at ab if limit xy tends to fxy exists and is equal to f of ab. If this limit does not exist, then function is not continuous at that point. Or if the limit exists, this limit exists, but it is not equal to f of ab, then also the function is not continuous. But what is the first problem? 2xy divided by x square plus y square. And so when the function is continuous at 0, 0, this fxy, if limit xy tends to 0, 0, fxy exists and is equal to f of 0, 0. F of 0, 0 is 0. That is, if this limit xy tends to 0, 0, xy exists and is equal to 0, then this function is continuous. But this limit does not exist. So how we can show this? Limit does not exist. Take path y is equal to mx. We will find limit along path y is equal to mx. This is the limit along path y is equal to mx, which depends on m, and therefore limit along different path is different. That is, if we change m, then we have the different answer. That is, that's why we say that limit along different path is different. If this answer is constant or does not depend on m, then we cannot say that limit along different path is different. So limit this fxy as xy tends to 0, 0 does not exist, and therefore fxy is not continuous or non-continuous, discontinuous at 0, 0. Similar example, y is equal to, take y is equal to mx, and then limits depend on m. So next topic is what? Repeated limits. What is the repeated? This is simultaneous limit. Xy tends to ab fxy. It's called simultaneous limit. But it is x tends to a, y tends to a fxy, or 0, or y tends to a, and not y tends to a, y tends to b. Instead of xy tends to ab, we say x tends to a, y tends to b. Y tends to b, x tends to b separately. This is called repeated limits. These are the two repeated limits. So question is, show that the repeated limit exists but simultaneous limit does not exist. That is, there is no relation between actually repeated limits and simultaneous limits. If the repeated limits are exist and are not equal, then we say simultaneous limit does not exist. But if the repeated limits are exist and are equal, then we cannot say the limit simultaneous limit exists. Only remember the sentence that if the repeated limits exist and not equal, then simultaneous limit does not exist. This is only the relation between repeated limits and simultaneous limit. So here, find repeated limits. So the repeated limits, there are two types of repeated limits. Limit x tends to 0, y tends to 0. Xy, when xy tends to 0, 0 means x tends to 0, y tends to 0, fxy. This is the first type of repeated limit. Limit x tends to 0, y tends to 0, fxy. Fxy is this. Then first find limit y tends to 0 of this. That is, substitute y is equal to 0. We get 0 by x raised to 4 means 0. We have the answer 0 by limit of this quantity is 0, and limit of, as y tends to 0, limit of this quantity is x raised to 4. This is 0, this is 0. So x 0 by x raised to 4 is 0. And then limit x tends to 0 of 0 is 0. Then a limit y tends to 0, limit x tends to 0 of fxy is equal to, that is the another repeated limit. So first write the value of, and then first write the value of fxy as this, and then we first find the limit along limit x tends to 0 first. So substitute x is equal to 0. We get the answer 0 by y raised to 4. Here write y raised to 4. Here write x raised to 4. Because x is 0 means this is 0, this is 0. So 0 by y raised to 4, that is 0. And limit of 0 is what? As y tends to 0 is 0. So repeated limits exist and both are equal, but simultaneous limit does not exist. If the repeated limits exist and are not equal, then we can say that the simultaneous limit does not exist. But if the repeated limits exist or does not exist, or they are equal, then we cannot say simultaneous about any result about simultaneous limit. So this simultaneous limit does not exist. How we can show the simultaneous limit does not exist? We'll find limit along path y is equal to mx. Why y is equal to mx path? Because we have the answer depends on m. So limit xy tends to 0, 0, fxy as x tends to 0. Don't write y tends to 0 because substitute y in terms of x, that is y is equal to mx. So no need to write y tends to 0, just write x tends to 0. Then x tends to 0, fx mx. So this is fxy. So fx mx is substitute y is equal to mx. So we have this, and there the calculation, that is take x raised to 4 as common. So we have this in bracket, and then limit of this quantity is what? Is this m square by 1 plus m raised to 4 minus m square, which depends on m. and therefore limit along different path is different, and therefore limit xy tends to 0 0 fxy, that is this simultaneous limit does not exist. Repeated limit exists and are equal, but simultaneous limit does not exist. So in this problem, find limit xy tends to 0 0 y plus x sin 1 by y if exist. So these are the problems of the limit exist. So in this case we have the limit. So discuss the continuity of the function. Same problem. If xy is this, if xy is not equal to 0 0 and is equal to 0, if xy is equal to 0 0. So if the limit exists, then it is equal to 0. Consider it is equal to 0. For these examples, if the limit exists, then consider it is equal to 0. The limit of this is equal to 0. So this is the problem of limit exists, and now we have to solve this problem by using the definition, by using this definition, epsilon delta definition. It's called, this is the definition of simultaneous limit. That what is the definition? That limit xy tends to ab fxy is L if this mod fxy minus L means the answer. Now the answer in the problem is, consider this answer as 0. So limit xy tends to 0 0. So in this problem the ab are 0 0, fxy is equal to 0 when if mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon, whenever root x minus 0 bracket square plus y minus 0 bracket square, that is x square, root x square plus y square is less than delta. What do I have to show? We have to show limit xy tends to 0 0 fxy is equal to 0. For that, consider mod fxy minus 0 and show mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. So start from mod fxy minus 0. So in this problem, we have to show the limit xy tends to 0 0 of fxy is equal to 0. We have to show the limit xy tends to 0 0 of this quantity is equal to 0, or fxy. Suppose this is the fxy. We have to show this. So let epsilon be greater than 0 be any number, and then consider mod fxy minus 0. So by using that definition, L is 0, capital L is 0. So consider mod fxy minus 0 is equal to mod fxy. Fxy is this y plus x sin 1 by y, and then separate the mod by using this property, triangle inequality. Mod a plus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. So mod y plus mod x sin 1 by y, and then mod a into b is equal to mod a, right here into, not here is plus, never plus sign. Mod a into b is what? Mod a into mod b. So is equal to, the next step is equal to, not, don't write less than or equal to, mod y and mod value of mod x mod sin 1 by y, separate mod. So mod a into b is mod a into mod b, and then is less than or equal to mod y plus mod x. Why? Because mod sin theta is always less than or equal to 1 for all theta. That is, take any theta. Theta is suppose 90 degree, then sin 90 is 1. If theta is 180, then sin 180 is 0. So the theta is, if you take theta as 1 lakh, then sin 1 lakh is also less than or equal to 1. So largest value of sin 1 by y, mod sin 1 by y is 1. So substitute that value, is equal to 1. Mod sin 1 by y as a 1. But it is not its value, it is largest value of this quantity, and that's why it is less than or equal to 1. If it is equal to sin 1 by mod sin 1 by y is 1, then we have equal to sign here. And if it is not less than, it is not equal to 1, that is, it is less than 1, strictly less than 1, we have less, strictly less than sign. That's why it is not actually the value. Mod sin y, next step is what? Mod sin y, substitute mod sin y as 1, but it is not its actual value, it is its upper limit, and that's why here the sign less than or equal to. And mod y and mod x both are less than or equal to root x square plus y square. When these two are, both sides are equal, if y is 0, then y square is 0 and root x square is x, then the both sides are same. But if y is not equal to 0, it may be positive or negative. Y may be positive or negative, then its square is positive. And so if we add in x root y square, then it is larger than this side. So obviously if y is 0, then both sides are same. Otherwise this side is larger than this side. And similarly mod y, when these two sides are same, if x is 0. Otherwise, if x is non-zero, and that is, it may be positive or negative, its square is positive, and if you add that x square in this side, then this becomes larger than this side. So obviously mod x is less than or equal to root x square plus y square, mod y is less than root x square plus y square. So substitute their value, but here sign not equal, it is less than or equal to, because it's upper limits of mod y. This is upper limit of mod x, larger value than mod x and mod y. That's why here sign less than or equal to. Then it is addition is 2 times root x square plus y square. Don't write this is x square plus y square. Here answer x square plus y square. Root x square plus y square into root x square plus y square is x square plus y square. This is the addition. So like that, a plus a is 2a, like that. 2 root x square plus y square, and is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square, shift this to right side, is less than, strictly less than epsilon by 2, and take it as a epsilon by 2 as a delta, say delta. And therefore what do we have? We have this mod fxy minus 0, right here 0, is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. This is the definition. So what do we have? We have for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta. Don't write this statement, the definition. No need to write here definition. The definition after this step, write this step, that for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta. What is its value? In bracket write is equal to epsilon by 2 greater than 0, such that mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon. This is mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. And therefore by using definition we say that limit xy tends to 0 0, fxy is equal to 0. And therefore what is fxy? Fxy is y plus x sine 1 by y is 0. So this limit exists and is equal to 0. If the limit exists, then take it is equal to 0. And what is f of 0 0? F of 0 0 is 0. This is the given. F of 0 0, xy is 0 0 means what? F of 0 0 is 0. And therefore we have that this limit of fxy x as xy tends to 0 0 exists and is equal to f of 0 0, and therefore the function is continuous at 0 0. Okay, so this is the problem of limit existence. So how we can show the limit exists? By using epsilon delta definition. This is the epsilon delta definition. So next problem is x cube plus x cube into y cube divided by x square plus y square. We have to find the limit if exists, and we have to discuss the continuity of this function. Okay, so use the polar coordinates. Sometimes the polar coordinates are useful to show the limit exists. So this is the another method to show the limit exists by using polar coordinates. This divided by x square plus y square means here we have to use the polar coordinate. So let epsilon greater than 0 be any real number like this. Start from this. Let epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary number, be any number. Consider mod fxy minus 0 from this. So first use the polar coordinate to simplify this fxy, as x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. For some examples we use the polar coordinate. So x square plus y square is what? R square cos square theta, r square sin square theta. If we take r square common, then cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So x square plus y square is r square. Okay, and then fxy, the simplification of fxy, substitute x as r cos theta, y as r sin theta. So we have this answer, r cube cos cube theta, r cube sin cube theta divided by r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta, and then take as r square common, and then x square plus y square, obviously r square. This is r raised to 4 cos cube theta sin cube theta, and then consider mod fxy minus 0. Start from this mod fxy minus 0 like this. Take epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary number. Consider mod fxy minus 0. So mod fxy minus 0. Start from this mod fxy minus 0. Mod fxy. So substitute fxy as this r raised to 4 cos cube theta sin cube theta minus 0. And then mod, take the separate mod, and we know that mod a into b into c is mod a into mod b into mod c. The mod separately mod, and the value of this cos cube theta and sin cube theta. So this cos theta and sin theta are bounded functions. Mod cos theta and mod sin theta are less than or equal to 1. Substitute the value, largest values as a 1. Mod cos cube theta is 1, mod sin cube theta is 1, and right here less than or equal to sin, because these are the not actual value of mod cos cube theta, 1 value, and the value of mod sine cube theta is not actually 1. It is upper limit. So we have less than or equal to r raised to 4, and r is what? X square plus y square. It's bracket square, because r raised to 4 is r x square plus y square raised to, because r is what? R square is x square plus y square. So r square into r square means x square plus y square bracket square is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square, then take 1/4 power of both sides. So 2 by 1/4 is 1 by 2 means root x square plus y square, and root epsilon raised to 1 by 4, or fourth root of epsilon. That is, take fourth power of both sides. 2 by 4 is 1/2. That is root x square plus y square is strictly less than epsilon raised to 1 by 4, and this is equal to delta, same. And therefore, for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta. What is its value? Is equal to, write in bracket, epsilon raised to 1 by 4 greater than 0, such that mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. And this means limit fxy as xy tends to 0, 0 is 0. And this limit exists and is equal to f of 0, 0. And therefore, fxy is continuous at 0, 0. So next question is, show that limit xy tends to 0, 0, x cube minus xy square divided by x square plus y square is equal to 5 by 2. Right here 5 by 2. Don't write 0, is equal to 5 by 2. No, it is equal to 0. Next is 5 by 2. So this is equal to 0. So use polar coordinates. Solve this example similar to this example. Similar to this, x cube y cube divided by x square plus y square. That is, use polar coordinate and solve this example. By using definition of simultaneous limit, show that this is equal to 5 by 2. So the answer is 5 by 2. Answer is given. If we substitute x and y as 0, then we have the answer 5 by 2. Here 5 by 2. So if 3x square minus y square is the problem, divided by x square plus y square, suppose there is no plus 5 and plus 2, then answer is 0. So we know the first answer. This answer is 0. If the limit exists, then answer is 0. Or if the limit here, the limit exists, but we have the answer 5 by 2, very obviously. If we substitute x and y 0 in this problem, we have answer 0. So the question is, another question is, determine limit xy tends to 0, 0 of this. So we know the answer first 5 by 2, because we have to start from that. So use the polar coordinate for first problem. For this problem, use polar coordinate. So simplify fxy. First, this is fxy, and then take epsilon as any greater number, greater than 0 number, and consider mod fxy minus 0. So this is the method to write the answer of problem in which the limit exists. This is the method. That is, either use direct without polar coordinate. This is the first problem without polar coordinate. This is the without polar coordinate. So if the problem is like this, sine or cos is there, then use the direct method to exist, to show the limit exists. And if there are some x square divided by denominator is x square plus y square like that, then use the polar coordinates to show the limit exists. And start from this mod fxy minus 0. Let epsilon greater than 0 be any number, and then consider mod fxy minus 0, because the definition is of that form. So when the limit xy tends to 0, 0 of fxy 0, if mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon, when this is, we say this limit is equal to 0, limit xy tends to 0, 0 fxy 0, when this is happens, if for every epsilon greater than 0, there is some delta greater than 0, such that mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. That means we have to show this. And for this, we start with this mod fxy minus 0, and then its value fxy is in polar form. This separate the mod, because mod a into b into c is mod a into mod b into mod c is equal to sign, and the value of this mod cos cube theta and sin cube theta is 1, largest value. So that's why here less than or equal to, don't write here equal to sign, because the mod cos cube theta is substituted here 1, mod sin cube theta is 1, but actually 1 are not the values of this quantity, that are the largest value of that quantity, upper limit. So write less than or equal to r raised to 4 is x square plus y square bracket square is less than epsilon whenever same time here, that taking 1/4 power of both sides, 1/4 power of both sides. We have this. If we take 1/4 power, then we have this root x square plus y square. 2 by 4 means 1 half, means root is less than epsilon raised to 1 by 4, that is delta. And so for every epsilon greater than 0, that is the delta greater than, delta is equal to epsilon raised to 1 by 4 greater than 0, so that mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is the delta. And therefore this limit exists and is equal to 0 and is equal to f of 0 0, and therefore fxy is continuous at 0 0. So now next problem is what? Next problem is 5 by 2. I have to show the limit is 5 by 2. Answer of the second next problem. So write answer of this problem by using polar coordinate x cube. So here is the answer. Uh, x cube x minus xy square, x square plus y square. So this is the simplification. Then mod fxy minus 0 is what? Mod of this quantity. Then mod of separately mod and mod of the second quantity. And again mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Don't write that mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a minus mod b. Mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. So is mod, write in bracket, mod cos cube theta plus mod cos theta into sine square theta. And then separate mod, because mod a into b is mod a is equal to mod a mod b. So write here equal to sign, here less than or equal to because this. And then substitute mod cos cube theta as 1. Substitute mod cos theta as 1. And substitute mod sine square theta as 1. But these are not actual value of this mod cos cube theta, mod cos theta, mod sine square theta. Because mod sine theta is less than or equal to 1. Mod cos theta is less than or equal to. That is, these 1 values are its upper limit. This 1 value of these are upper limit. So the larger value of this quantity. And that's why here sign less than or equal to. Don't write here equal to, less than or equal to, because suppose this, the value of this quantity is 1 half, but we substitute it is 1. Therefore, larger value is substituted. That's why it is less than or equal to sign. Okay. And then this is 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 mod r, and 2 mod r is what? R is root x square plus y square. R is what? R square is x square plus y square. That's why r is root x square plus y square. And is less than epsilon whenever shift these two only. So epsilon by 2, root x square plus y square is less than epsilon by 2, is equal to delta. So for every epsilon, there exists delta greater than 0, such that mod fxy minus 0 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta. This is the definition. And therefore limit xy tends to 0 0, xy is 0. And therefore limit xy tends to x cube minus xy square divided by x square plus y square is 0. And if the problem is for continuity, then just write one more sentence, that this sentence, that limit xy tends to 0 0 f xy is equal to 0 is exists and is equal to f of 0 0, and therefore f xy is continuous at 0 0. That is, if the same problem is in this form, then write the same answer and write one more sentence, that limit xy tends to f xy exists and is equal to f of 0 0. So this is the second problem. Now we have to find the limit of this quantity as xy tends to 0 0 and is equal to 5 by 2. So use polar coordinate, simplify this. This is the simplification. Then start from let epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary number. Then consider mod fxy minus 5 by 2. That is, L is 5 by 2. So this is the basic definition. What is the definition of simultaneous limit? So when the limit is L, limit fxy as xy tends to ab is L if mod fxy minus L is less than epsilon whenever root x minus a bracket square plus y minus b bracket square is less than delta. So here is, in this problem, ab are 0 0, but L is 5 by 2. So let epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary number and consider mod fxy minus 5 by 2. Instead of 0 or L, consider 5 by 2, because the answer is 5 by 2. Answer of the problem is 5 by 2. So start from mod fxy minus 5 by 2. So let epsilon greater than 0. Let epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary number. Consider mod fxy minus 5 by 2. Why here minus 5 by 2? Because the answer is 5 by 2. So this is the simplification of fxy in polar form, minus 5 by 2. So what we have? We have the LCM 2 into r square plus 2. So this is into 2 minus 5 into r square plus 2. And then simplification is this 6r square cos square theta minus 2r square sin square theta plus 10 minus 5r square minus 10. Minus 10 and plus 10 get cancelled. So we have this is the numerator divided by 2r square plus 2. And then limit here, right? This is the simplification of mod fxy minus 5 by 2. Then this is equal to separate mod. Mod a by b is mod a by mod b. Separately take is equal to sign is equal to. Then is less than or equal to, because mod here this is considered as a, this is considered as b. Mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Plus mod b. Okay. So is less than or equal to. So right here less than or equal to. Mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Don't write mod a minus mod b. Mod a plus b is also less than or equal to mod a plus mod b, and mod a minus b is also less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. So this is mod a mod b divided by mod 2r square plus 2. And then separate mod is here sign less than or equal to, because this is less than or equal to. Then is equal to, because mod a into mod b is mod a is equal to mod a into mod b. So separate mod, and then mod 5r square is 5r square, because r square is positive quantity, 5 is positive quantity, so no need to write the mod. Then mod 2r square, and again here mod a into b, mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. So by using that, here is less than or equal to sign, same, mod a minus b is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. So this is plus 5r square divided by 2r square plus 2. And then here substitute this mod cos cube theta as 1. Here again separate mod right next step mod 3 mod cos square theta, mod 3 as 3 and mod cos square theta as 1, because mod cos theta is less than or equal to 1. So here is sign less than or equal to 1. Its largest value, mod cos square theta is 1, mod sin square theta is 1. Because of this, mod sin theta is less than or equal to 1. Then plus 5r square. So we have 8r square plus 5r square by 2r square plus 2, and that's therefore we have 13r square by 2r square plus 2, and this is less than or equal to 13r square. So remove this r square plus 2, 2r square plus 2 is always less than or equal to, divide by quantity, remove that, divide by quantity. So is less than or equal to 13r square. This is always less than or equal to 13r square. This is adjustment. Then r square is x square plus y square, and is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than epsilon by 13, and take it as delta. So for every epsilon greater than 0, then the delta, it is what? Epsilon by 13 greater than 0, such that mod fxy minus 5 by 2 is less than epsilon whenever root x square plus y square is less than delta, and therefore limit xy tends to 0 0 fxy is 5 by 2, and it is equal to f of 0 0. So what is f of 0 0? Here is f of 0 0. If f of 0 0 is given, here is f of 0 0 is not given. If this problem, we write this problem in another form, then we are given f of 0 0 is 5 by 2, and so these two are equal, and therefore the function is continuous at 0 0. If the question is of that type, then write this. Otherwise, don't write is equal to f of 0 0. So if the same problem is given, and if we are given epsilon, suppose value of epsilon, then solve the problem similar method, by using similar method, and then if the epsilon is given, then find delta. The question is what? Epsilon is given, then find delta. So suppose epsilon is 0.1, then write delta is what? 0.1 by 30. So some problems are like that. So if epsilon is given, we can also find the delta. So the next theorem or problems we will see in the next lecture.